Hey everybody, once again, so good to be with you this morning. Today, again, we're looking at they devoted themselves to fellowship. And we've been looking this week at the importance of fellowship and the power that it brings and how important it is for us. And today, what I'd love to do is take a moment, again, to just consider how we can overcome the obstacles of life. See, sometimes the obstacles of life can overshadow the opportunity for fellowship. You know, if we have a bad day or we're going through a difficult time or something happens at work or traffic or COVID, sometimes a lot of these things can make us feel like, gosh, the last thing I want to do is go gather with some people and hang together. But I got to tell you, it's probably the most important thing that you can do. When we're feeling in those moments like we don't want to participate or we're discouraged, it's all the more reason for us to join in fellowship and meet with people. Listen to 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. I love this passage. Everything we could ever need for life. Let me read that again. Everything we could ever need for life and complete devotion to God has already been deposited in us by his divine power. For all this was lavished upon us through the rich experience of knowing him who has called us by name and inviting us to come to him through a glorious manifestation of his goodness. Man, what an encouraging word coming from 2 Peter 1, verse 3. For it to tell us that he has already deposited in us by his divine power everything we could ever need for life. See, what it does for us is because it's already put in us, then we are armed with the opportunity to overcome those obstacles. In softball, I have the privilege of coaching a travel softball team, and we tell the girls the one thing that you can control is your attitude and effort. You can't control what the umpire calls. You can't control what happens on the field or a missed play. You can't control where the ball goes. But the only thing that they can control is their attitude and how much effort they put into it. And so for us, I feel very similar. For us, we can control our attitude and our perspective. Because knowing that all of the things have been put in us that we need for life, that means what's in us is the ability to overcome. So we can ask the Lord to change our perspective. We could ask the Lord to change our desire. And we could unite with him so that when the obstacles of life try to come against us and remove us from fellowship, we realize, that's the first place I need to be, is with the believers in fellowship, and even stand and ask for prayer if needed. See, during this season of COVID, with everything so uncertain and the fluidity of everything that's happening, it can be difficult sometimes for us to realize that what we need most is other people. And I want to encourage you to be creative with that. Call people on the phone and ask people to call you. Zoom with somebody. Spend time at a park, social distance. Find a way to be in fellowship with one another because it really is that important. You know, the beginning of the week on Sunday, I had the privilege of speaking about this in length. And if you haven't had a chance to watch that, I would encourage you to go back, go to northlandschurch.com and look for sermons on there and find the one on fellowship, because I really believe for us now, during this time, is the season for us to gather together. It's to stand and pray. We have an election right around the corner. It's to stand and pray for that. We have needs among us, people needing jobs and going back to work. Now, more than ever, is a time for us to gather and to pray, knowing that we have everything in us that God has so graciously given us so that we can overcome. Allow the obstacles to move out of the way. Allow the Holy Spirit to guide you, and allow King Jesus to march right through those, to keep you in fellowship, to be encouraged, to be filled. And I hope you guys have a great week, and thanks for watching.